first try. Watch this.
Welcome back to the It's for Laughs podcast. Today you got me, Benji, Benji 2 times. You got David, Ericksito right here next to me. And overseas, we've got Jacob.
What up?
Straight from Nicaragua. How you doing? And
I'm chilling, man.
Across the state lines, we got Samuel, a.k.a. Jonathan, a.k.a. Samuel.
Live from New York.
A.k.a. Jonathan. And then on the other side of Route 7, we got Ericksito,
In the spirit.
a.k.a. Easy, a.k.a. It's Dates Life. You already know what it is. Today, what are we going to be talking about today, David?
Well, today's topic is one that's passes the time, you could say.
What could it
One
be?
that's entertaining.
Oh?
One that engages. But today's topic is our favorite TV shows, specifically a little bit more in depth. We kind of touched on it a little bit before.
Sprinkled
but
it in
today, it's all about the TV shows.
All about it.
So, I mean, what we saying, boys?
What we saying?
What we saying? What's our top shows? Should we go with like a top 5?
Top 5 anime.
I'll keep it the top 3.
Top 3?
Keep it the top 3. Keep it nice and short.
Maybe top
Making
4.
sure we know what you
there.
like and what you don't like.
All right, if we're doing top 3, let's start with Johnny. Johnny.
Oh, Johnny boy.
Oh, on the spot.
What's your top 3?
Sammy boy.
Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot. That's a lot to deal with.
Well,
Yep.
a lot of shows I watch.
Oh.
I like to browse and watch different things, and I watch a lot of things. But probably the best show I have watched
Top 3.
is the show I briefly touched upon the other day called Itaewon Class.
Ooh.
That's probably
decent show.
my favorite show I've ever watched in history. My history. Yes, my
Wow,
history.
that's like 22 years of history right there.
It is 22 years of history. It's very good. It has a nice character development, nice visuals as well. I like what they also touch on topics that I enjoy. So it's great. The show is about basically kind of like a guy who is down on his luck, you could say. But he has a very strong moral code. He believes in his values very much, and he wants to stick to them. And he loses his dad to
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
It's in the first episode, but he loses his dad pretty much, and from then on he kind of wants to get
Wow.
revenge. But
That's
kinda what the whole thing's about.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, that's the first episode. First episode's intense. Once you watch the first one, you're hooked.
How long is this show?
The show is 16 episodes, one season.
One
And
season.
the episodes are about like an hour to an hour and a half. So it'll take up some of your time, but it's definitely very interesting, very fun to watch, entertaining. And another one, I guess number 2, would be One Piece.
I can't,
One
Wait,
piece
we're
of
counting
is-
anime as a TV show?
Huh?
One
You
piece of crap.
we don't count anime as TV show.
Oh, no, I'm just
It is a
asking.
TV
I was just
show.
asking. I didn't know
I mean,
that
it
was
is
on
a
the
TV
table.
show. It's been on TV. Fun fact.
And it's a show.
Since
all the boxes.
since the 90s. It's been
Wow.
Unfortunately,
there's new
it's been in
episodes. Jacob hasn't even watched it, and he likes to comment on it. But that's besides the point. But this show, I mean, yeah, it's very, very long. It's an anime, so if you don't like anime, you're not gonna like it. But this one's also very interesting because of how the story develops and how the characters are. They also changed during the show, and they kind of introduced a lot of their past and stuff like that. And it's kind of like you get deeper and deeper into the world as the show goes on. You know, it's a fictional story, obviously, but you get deeper and deeper into the show, which is nice. And you get to it's very interesting, you know? So it's really cool.
How many episodes is it again? How much of your time have you spent watching One Piece?
Oof. Well, I'm gonna look it up right now just to give a correct answer.
There's 1,700 episodes.
On episode 965.
Wow.
Damn.
That's how many episodes right now. And it's continuing, and it's not gonna stop. I mean, it's probably gonna end within the next 5 years. I think the creator said he would end it. But it's been a while.
Yeah.
The fact that he wants to go for another 5 years with this show is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think
think
he's just
about it,
I think he just has so many ideas that he kind of wanted to use, and at this point, he might as well just use them all probably, because he has like the way the show like develops is just crazy. There's so much like depth to the show, because there's layers upon layers, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Right.
But yeah, and then my third show, you might have to come back to me on the third one. I'm not sure.
Speaking
sounds
of,
good.
Speaking
Honestly.
of coming back to you, if you come back to us, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're new here, hit the like button too.
And subscribe.
And subscribe
So you can be along for the next one.
for the next one. So you can come back to the next one. Check out It's for Laughs at
Make
Instagram.
Make sure you subscribe and make sure you leave Papa John's down in the description. And Papa John's himself will go to your door and give you a pizza himself. He might sue you after,
20% off.
but
And
Yep.
and he'll tell you the N word, like how he likes to use, you know, Papa John's.
I mean, it's better than Burger King. Well, actually, no, it's not better. Because you know how Burger
anything's
King
better
said
than Burger
women
King, to
belong
be
in the
honest,
kitchen.
man.
Oh,
Anything is. I agree. Anything is better than Burger King.
Well,
Anything
speaking
is
of
better
TV
than-
shows,
Let's stay on TV shows.
speaking of
Though.
TV
Yes.
shows, Jacob, what are
What's your shows, man?
Yeah.
What you saying?
Ooh,
What you watching these
my
days?
shows. Ooh, I have a lot of shows. But if I had to reduce them to 3, I would say that definitely one of my top favorites is Peaky Blinders. It's just a really amazing show, a really good cinematography. Like it's really well directed, and I really like film in general. Like I guess if I had the connections, I would be a film director. But going back to the show, I think it's really good symbolism and cinematography. Just to give a synopsis without spoiling, because you guys should watch it.
I've been
The
wanting to
viewers
watch
and
it
the-
actually. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's on my list.
I guess without spoiling it, it's about the what's it called? Industrial era, Birmingham, England, and it's about a gang, and one of the gang members, he went to World War I, and he pretty much has this personality that is very cold, is very with lack of remorse, and he's just trying to put himself out there, you know, and the streets, give himself a name and his family, and it's really good. I really recommend it. And also it's very short. Each season has 6 episodes, I think. So all the seasons have only 6 episodes, and it's really good. Really good acting, like 10 out of 10 acting, and I would say that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
I heard that show
I've
has like
seen it.
really good visuals, right? So like the cinematography on it, like the way they film is like super super cool, right?
Yes, it's really cool. It's just the way they make each shot it's just it's so different. It's so different, and like especially like I don't know what those type of shots are called, but when they put like a whole I don't know tragedy happening or whatever, they do it really well. But yes, Peaky Blinders is definitely out there. The next one, ooh, this is tough. I would say that one of the recent ones that I've been watching a lot, like rewatching and never get sick of it, is Vikings. I really like Vikings. I've had my ups and downs with some parts of Vikings. I feel like they could have done better in the plot in certain parts, but I never get sick of it. It's just fascinating. I actually like history a lot, and it's also really good cinematography. Cinematography for me is one of the most important things, but the plot is also very important, and it's just really cool the character development as well with Peaky Blinders and with Vikings as well. You get to see a lot of character development and a lot of in this case it's obviously about Vikings being Vikings, so you get to see the it's not the most historic show, like accurate historic accurate show, but it's still very good at giving you an idea of how the Viking lifestyle was and the morals and the way of life that it used to be in the back in the Middle Ages. So yes, Vikings is definitely out there. Usually, I 100% recommend it to all of you guys if you guys like action and cinematography and just a whole journey to raiding new places. And ooh, the last one.
Do you have a number 3, or you want a second to think about it?
Actually, I think I might be able to provide, but honorable mentions. It's Always Sunny and Tom and Jerry. Those are definitely
True.
honorable mentions. Sunny for comedic relief, and Tom and Jerry because it's my childhood. But the last one, ooh, okay,
Think about it, Jacob.
yeah, I'll think
Let's go
about
on
it.
to the
I'll
next
think
I
about
one.
have I thought of mine,
You
so
have-
I can finish off.
Just wait. We can go back to. Let's go back
Go
to
to number
the
3.
first of everyone's at the last. Yeah, at the end.
Gotcha.
So who wants to go next? Eric, Benji.
Eric, let's go with Eric. What you got, man?
What is
No,
its date's
so-
life got in his sleep?
Yeah, what is its dates like?
Its dates.
Have at the top of his list.
Well, I mean, I feel like any of my top 3 could really just swap around, to be honest with you.
Okay. What
So
are
they're not in an
unlike-
order. Give me
No.
2 of your top 3.
Alright, so I'll give you, unlike Samuel and Jacob, I'll save my first for last.
Exactly.
So what I'll do, I'll put, let's see, for third, I would probably put, How I Met Your Mother. Only because I've really liked the lead up in the story. I just did not like how it ended. I will put in second place. I will put That 70s Show. That's a show I kind of really grew up on, and I can watch day in and day out and still find funny.
So you like those comedy shows, huh?
Yeah, I'm more of those dorky kind of like shows where like they have like to most probably like dumb jokes, but that I will probably find really funny just because I feel like I'm corny like that sometimes. And my honorable mention would probably be, and it's probably because I have to give credit to David, would be Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hey, yo.
That
Nine-Nine.
show, man, I
Nine-Nine.
could watch Nine-Nine. I could watch that show like so many times over.
Cool.
Because I feel like sometimes we kind of I can see myself as one of the characters, and I can relate to the characters and things like that. So, um, I can sometimes feel like I'm like Jake Peralta, or or be David's Charles, kind of thing like that. So yeah.
Isn't David Charles the makeup guy?
No,
What?
David
No, like
Charles.
like
James-
David's
what is
James
Jake
Charles.
David
Oh,
is my
James
Jake
Charles.
Peralta, and I'm his Charles. Like I'm the
He's the goofy
like
one.
great
He's the-
idea, David.
He's the Charles to David's Jake.
Yeah, he's my Charles.
Why is David Jake? I don't understand this.
I'm cool like that, you know. Cool,
I
cool, 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 cool.
feel like Jake was more of a Jake than David. David's
Jake,
Captain
yeah.
Holt.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. But yeah,
Yeah.
who's next?
you
Those
want
are
me-
You
those
want
good
me to go
ones.
first?
You can go.
All right. Okay. Hold up. Let me just take a second to decide which one I want as first. I just had them on.
You sure? I can go.
All right,
go,
Ben's
go.
going.
Alright.
Ben's going.
So I don't watch much TV shows, many TV shows in general. The ones I do watch, I typically end up liking. So one of my favorites would have to be, what's that one what's it called? What's the one that had Bandersnatch in it?
Black Mirror.
I just blanked. Yeah,
Black
Black
Mirror.
Mirror. Black Mirror is probably one of the top shows because
What?
with each episode you get something different. So it's not really like a show that has the same plot. It's just the concept as a whole. I find it very intriguing. Another show would have to be New Girl for me. So New Girl, I've seen it like twice or three times now. Just comedic relief, and overall the characters, you just gotta love them. Yeah, probably New Girl has to be up
Nice.
there. For my third
David,
show,
not
No, the
Oh, well,
top
third one we're
the
saving.
top one is saving it.
top shoot, I only got two.
You have time to think about it. Okay,
think
so
about a third.
All right,
for
I'll
my,
try.
it's just a matter of the first. Okay, so one of the shows I want to put as, so I'm gonna start actually with like an honorable mention, which is actually just two honorable mentions real quick, or should I put it as two honorable mentions real quick. So one honorable mention goes to, as I said in the past already, I liked Vampire Diaries just because of the whole like vampire thing. I became a fan of it.
So Twilight?
Not because of Twilight, actually. I wasn't a fan of Twilight. But when I saw the Vampire Diaries, I became a fan of that. Because I like the story of how they built it up, because it's very different to how Twilight is. And it becomes more of a story about like brotherhood, friends, and like family. So, which also becomes into the originals, which is like a sideshow they did after it. But both of them, like, I'll leave as an honorable mention because I've said it in the past already. But those shows also just I've loved a lot. But as another honorable mention real quick, I just thought of it as I was thinking of the other shows, was I'm going to say this show, an old show that was called White Collar. I was actually a really big fan of, just because I like a lot of shows that are story based on like one central like hero per se, and this guy was basically like criminal, like a white collar criminal who would like art thief basically, and he ended up working for the FBI. So it was kind of cool to see that kind of. I was a fan of that interaction of FBI trying to solve like cases with a criminal working alongside of them, and then almost a lot of the times he would do his own thing to try to like make his own way. So it was really fun to watch. So if you haven't seen it, it's a good show to watch as well.
Is that the one where he has like a friend that's like kind of looks like Gru with glasses?
Yeah, that's the show.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
That's the one.
But it's a really
I've
good
seen
show.
that.
It's just
I've
it's
seen
fun.
that.
It has funny.
That's-
It has a good
description.
story. It's just like a lot. It's a good show. But those are
It
my
has its
two
good
honorable
serious moments, too.
It's a good honorable mention. But now going into my top three, I have my 3 and 2. So third, I'm gonna say Black Mirror as well, like Benji said. For me, Black Mirror has been one of my favorite shows because I like that concept of making some wild like idea and bringing it into life, into TV. And then also the way like it's filmed, I think, is really good. and it's like they have so many episodes that are just like wild. And when you think about it, like how it could be like in the future, it could be something like Black Mirror. Even like sometimes there's always stuff that comes up right now in our world, and it's like, oh crap,
That's
is
true,
this
man.
like a Black Mirror moment?
Jeff Bezos
So
knows your location, so
exactly. So
Facts.
Black Mirror stuff exists, and I think it's funny to see how like their concepts coming into life, and like almost in a way where you think about it. But I like that show a lot. And then number two, I'm gonna say number two is gonna be Psych. The homies from Psych,
yeah, for sure.
Sean and Gus, basically is like a show about two
Detectives.
two detectives. They open their own agency because one of them is psychic, so he helps the like police try to figure out crimes and stuff like that. And it's just it's a more of a comedy show, but the way they kind of solve crimes is with like whenever he senses something is just because he like figures out clues and stuff, and instead of trying to say like, oh, it's this because we found this letter in the like in his house, instead he's just like, oh, I got this psychic vision, it's gonna happen right there. So it's just kind of funny the way they interpret it. And even it's a show that ended, but they still create movies now because the fan base is just so big, and it just never wants it to end. So they do movies now. But that's my top two, so I still have one more. But I think we went all around.
That's your 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
2 and 3 is Psych,
your 2
and
and
then
3.
Black Mirror.
Yeah.
So we go back to first, Samal. For the end of the episode, we're going to our first.
Well, I already said my first and my second. So first was Itaewon
Oh,
Class
you
for me.
did? Oh, that's your
I
favorite
didn't
show
start
overall.
from the bottom. Yeah, dude, that story.
You got to
has-
start from the bottom because now we're here.
Nobody told me that. But
It's
the first one is Itaewon Class, and the second one would be One Piece. So I'll be doing number 3. Not as exciting, I know. But number 3 would actually be Atlanta. So this is a
I
show.
haven't seen it yet.
I don't know if any of you guys have watched it.
Paperboy.
It's the one. Yeah. Paperboy.
I've seen like
Paperboy.
3 episodes, I think. It's alright.
Yeah, so I really like that one because I mean it kind of goes all over the place. It's with Donald Glover or Childish Gambino,
Oh.
either one.
My boy.
Never
He's
both
acting.
been seen in the same room.
He's
He's
acting.
a writer,
so it's
right?
childish.
He's a writer as well.
Oh, wait.
on the
Yeah, he's
No,
directing
he's
and all
acting,
that.
so he's Donald Glover.
Yeah, he's acting, so he's Donald Glover.
He's acting.
He's
But
a
I think it says
Renaissance
it's Child
man.
Gambino in the show,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
No. He's
When he gets the
not
credits,
Childish
isn't
Gambino.
it Child? No?
I don't think so.
It
I
says,
feel like
I
he's
think
more.
it is.
I feel like he's more Childish Gambino in Community than he is in Atlanta.
Facts. It's actor.
Well, after Community, he did
Yeah.
Childish Gambino. But regardless, but I really like that show because of the topics they touch on too. They talk about a lot of like racism in the music industry and stuff like that, and how that happens. Also, those actors, they actually all are. I forgot their names, but the 3 main guys. One's Donald Glover, and the 2 other guys, they're actually really famous too, and they're really good actors. So I really like that one. And for me, honorable mention is I have 2 honorable mentions. One would be Fresh Prince, the OG.
Oh,
That's a great
classic.
show. Touches on everything. I really like that show. And then second honorable mention goes to right here. You know what I mean? Mr. Goku himself. Dragon Ball. That's a good show.
Is that Naruto?
But yeah.
Is that
Yeah, this is
is that Sasuke?
this is
Oh
Monkey D.
damn,
Luffy.
bro! Sasuke
Monkey
looks
D.
kind of
Luffy.
different in that.
Yeah. He grew his hair out.
Yeah,
Damn.
man.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that would be my third, and
Alright.
then the honorable mentions for sure.
Nice. Jacob, what's your first number 1 show in the Jacob book?
I wouldn't say it's number 1. I feel like all of them are equally.
Okay.
This is really
So it's a
tough.
slight.
Because I like a lot of shows. I would say I would have to leave another honorable mention, which is Narcos, just because it's definitely on top, but it's
Narcos
not
is really
one.
good, too.
It's not like I would say at the same level, but it is close, just because of the whole. It's history related technically and the narration, but I would say the last one I would choose just based on, I guess, just the whole hype about it is Sons of Anarchy, which is very long. I'm gonna admit it. I It's like 7 seasons, and some episodes can be even up to like an hour, but it's amazing. It's really good. It's just very, what's the word? Very crude, like unfiltered in that aspect. Like it's just brutal. Like it shows the, I don't know, when you watch it, you're just like shocked and like I like that type of action. I like the when a show like makes you like be at the edge of the seat and just not knowing what's gonna happen next. That to me, that's also a really important thing. Just that, that anxiety when you watch a show. It's like you don't enjoy the anxiety, but you do enjoy like watching the show like that, just because of the whole thrill that happens or whatever you could describe it like. So yeah, I would say Sons of Anarchy is definitely
So is
along.
that show, is it like the whole time you have that like feeling, or is it like it has its lulls where it's like, it's kind of boring. I don't really
Yes.
feel like watching. It
Season
has its like
one,
lulls.
season one is kind of slow. Not gonna lie, but then it picks up. It definitely does pick up
Mm.
I would
because
say if you really want like similar, if you watch Sons of Anarchy,
I mean, I'm
Mayans.
it's
not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
like there's another one that they have a spin-off that's more of
Mayans.
like
Yeah,
Daughters of
Of a
Mayans.
Anarchy.
Latin heritage is Mayans, and Mayans is
Yeah, I've
really
seen
The
good.
Mayans.
prequel, Father.
So I've actually, just to provide with information on Sons of Anarchy, is about a motorcycle club, like biker gang, pretty much. And yeah, it's just like a crime show, I guess, without spoiling it. They're like a bike gang that's trying to deal with other gangs. So in this case, there's like the rivals is a Mexican gang called the Mayans, which is this is the spin off that Eric is talking about, versus also like the Chinese gang. They have and also it's just like gang war, pretty much. And it's really good. It can be slow at times, but then there are moments when you're like, oh my, like all of this led to this because of this, that type of show. And it's really good. And yes,
So you,
this
so
is,
you like those gang stuff because like Peaky Blinders also that kind of vibe.
yeah,
Narcos.
He
So
likes
is
the
the Sons of
mobster kind
Anarchy, I
of like
guess.
yeah.
and
mobster kind
someone
of
likes
like
those
plot.
that have
Monster.
a meaning.
I do.
Yeah,
Shows that have depth.
I like anti-heroes. I like well,
Mm.
pretty much all of the shows that I mentioned are about anti-heroes. Even Tom and Jerry, bro.
Ooh,
Tom's just
Facts.
trying to eat. At the end of the day, he's seen as the enemy, but he's just trying to eat. I understand you, Tom.
You can relate
All
to
right,
that.
Eric.
all right,
What's
Eric,
your
yeah.
What's your third one
Top one.
Well, my
or
top
top one?
one
Yeah.
is um solely number one because I really grew up on this show, and I just got into watching it again. Um, and it's gonna be George Lopez. Um,
Why
just
does it
he's
make
a
it your
he's
favorite show? Because you grew up on it.
I grew up on it, and like I growing up, I always kind of wanted to be and kind of felt like I tried to be the comedian in my group. So for him to be a Latin comedian with his own show on a pretty big network like Nickelodeon or Nick at Night or whatever you want to call it, like to me just it kind of made it a slight dream that if I ever chose to do comedy in a professional setting, that you know he was kind of one of the big role models, alongside with Gabriel Iglesias, um Carlos Mencia, kind of those like hit Latin comedians. um so that would probably be my number one. But just like Jacob, my honorable mention is also Sins of Anarchy, just because
Ooh.
It is really really good. So that's what I would. That's my lineup.
All right,
Nice.
all right.
David and Ben, you guys gotta finish it off.
You want me to go first?
I can go first.
Go first.
So it came to mind when we were talking about it. Drake and Josh.
Ooh.
It's kind of classic.
Take it
and-
easy, man.
Well, take it easy.
Whoa,
man,
take
you
it
know?
easy.
It's
It's
so
a
weird
show.
to hear the English Drake and
Hey,
Josh.
you gotta.
How do you say it in
Wait.
Spanish? What you saw it in
Oh yeah,
Spanish?
tranquilo,
Josh.
viejo.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't know they had it in Spanish.
I thought-
You'd
I
have to
never- I
watch it in
didn't know.
Spanish.
You gotta take it easy.
That's funny.
Yeah, Drake.
Oh,
and Jo- I don't know if it's maybe top or because I don't know. New Girl has a special place in my heart, so it's definitely up there. The top 3, Drake and Josh.
that's it.
hmm
Okay. So my number 1 show is actually Dexter.
Oh.
So I really
Oh.
like. So as you can tell by like the way I like shows is like crime and like kind of like figuring out cases and stuff like that. I just like the whole mystery aspect of it and trying to solve things. So Dexter was really cool because it's kind of like the other side. So normally they show you the FBI side or like the detectives, but this one he did work for the FBI or I don't know. Well, the police
It was
department
just
down
the
there
police department,
in
yeah.
Miami, but he was actually like a serial killer, but he had like a code, so he would only kill like those who were like
Bad people.
the bad people because he had like since the beginning when he was a kid he had that like urge to be a serial killer, so he was guided to instead of just killing anyone he would just kill the bad people, so he was like justifying it. And I'm always like one of those things where like does the end justify the means? So that's a big question which we could leave for another podcast, but he kind
Oh,
of
that'll
like
be a serious podcast.
he kind of shows
Dun,
that,
dun.
like, does the end justify the mean? Him being able to take out his urge to kill people and then being able to take out bad people who are doing bad things as well. So does that justify it? So that's the kind of thing about that show that I like and I find interesting. So, and that's why it's my number 1. I just love that. That's
Interesting.
like I would rewatch it. So
I feel like you would like Mindhunter then, David.
I did watch Mindhunter.
Oh, really?
I did like it. Yeah.
It's
My
I
answer
do
is
like
too
it.
intense, though.
I like the
It's very-
psychological
it's
very
aspect
dark,
of
yeah.
shows. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mind, living in the dark side, so.
Dark
Yeah.
side.
Dark side.
Well, that ends the podcast for today, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It was great to have a chat with you. Hope you enjoyed listening
Before
to
we
us
leave,
as we
though,
talk.
Before we leave, did you remember to like and subscribe? Did you remember to
Please
share
do.
this with other people so they know what the best shows are? And Jacob, did you tell them who our sponsor is today?
Who is the sponsor?
Papa John's.
Oh, Papa John's himself. And Ronald McDonald will also go to your door and give you what's it called? A Travi Patty with Travis Scott himself
Oh, a Travi Patty pizza, perhaps?
flying on a giant Alexa with Jeff Bezos himself,
Oh wow. This is the
Giving you a
crossover we
mansion.
didn't know we needed.
giving you a mansion, but then telling you that your Amazon packet got refunded. I don't know what I was saying.
So-
but
so
yes,
thank
use,
you.
use the promo code It's Dates Life, and you will
Yeah.
receive all of that.
Thank you, Jeff
thank you
Bezos,
for
that
watching.
promo.
2-day
And
shipping
thank you
down
for
below.
watching. See you
and
guys.
also make sure you donate on
Bye.
GoFundMe so that Eric buys a camera.
Yeah.
Subscribe.